Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. One time for the one time. Yes, ma'am. Hit boy on the track. And yeah, man, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, coming off a huge blowout win on Thursday night against the Cowboys. It was a short week and everybody's so hyped, but I mean like seriously, a big time win like that. And now we got another short week this week against the division rival Lions, right? Now our left outside backer, Kerry Hall, right? The superstar, he's irreplaceable. And the backup, the veteran backup, right? Who they talking about needs to step up. No, he don't need to step up. Okay, it's business as usual. We don't need him, right? Look at like three. No, okay, we don't need him to step up. We just need him to fill his role, right? Be a backup, right? We got all these veteran guys backing up all this youth on this roster because it's just so many young guys on this team and we just needed to balance it out. So we overcompensated. We got the youngest guys in the league and we got some of the oldest guys in the league. We gonna throw the ball. And this is why you see me upgrading Justin. Look at him. This guy, man, he had a couple skill points here. 95 overall, 97 morale boost. Dylan Butler, right? Trying to get his pass coverage abilities up, right? Stephen Bonds, right? The free safety, number 4. Kind of looks like Eddie Jackson with that number 4 on. Might want to change it, but I'm not tripping on it. Stephen Blackburn, our starting right tackle, right? Look at all these guys, right? Their ratings are starting to go up. They came in 50, high 50 overall, right? Now, they aren't that high, but it's like 60s, right? We beat the Lions. I didn't show you the gameplay. I showed you the guys that we were going to upgrade. You could pause it if you want to check it out, right? But we beat the Lions. Me and Montgomery have a little chat. 2500 XP. Everybody's happy. Like I said, I didn't show you the gameplay, but we're at 11-0. And look at the Urban getting so hard. I'm like, dog, you just the backup. 40 over. I don't expect too much out of you. He didn't really get much tick anyway. But we, like I said, we're trying to get to the Super Bowl, not the Super Bowl. Hopefully we can get to the Super Bowl, right? We're the number 1 seed in the NFC. Okay, you got the Bengals number 1 in the AFC, right? The Lions, they're still mathematically in the conversation even after taking a loss, right? Our quarterback, our linebacker, they were players of the week, right? These are the guys that were upgraded. I'm not going to go in and show you. I'm just going to show you the guys that were upgraded, right? On a list. But yeah, man, the whole point I'm making to you is that I want to get through the rest of this season. I'm going to start playing maybe like 10 games, giving you some gameplays in these videos, but I'm going to get through these seasons quicker, okay? Because there's no need for me to be showing you me sacking the quarterback a dozen times in a game, right? Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Maybe some of y'all like that, right? But it's not necessary right now. Justin, look at all those skills. He had 3. Now he has 1. We spent 2. 97 overall. I'm going to show you his upgrades because we are about, I mean, he's only going to be like a 98. And I'm debating, like, should I put it towards any one of these other archetypes, right? I stick to my word, though. I said we're going to max out his scrambling and then we're going to look at all his other archetypes. This guy he's starting to, I mean, he is that dude, but he's starting to become that dude. Like that dude, right? We'll simulate this game, right? I told you we're going to get 10, 11 wins and simulate. Now we lose to the Packers, right? And I'm like, hold on, we took care of everybody's contract. So who is this player that wants to negotiate? It's Cahill. We have no injuries on the roster. So I'm like, why is he here? And I just was like, out of sight, out of mind, he's gone, right? I have nothing against him, but remember, clear and concise roles, ladies and gentlemen, right? Starters, backups, right? Most teams have like 6 receivers. That's acceptable. We have 4, right? Everybody's basically going with like 5 tight ends. We have 2, right, guys? Most teams have like 4 or 5, and we have 3. We have 2 quarterbacks, right? Okay, so we're not looking to, mess up the roles, if you will. Now we replayed the Panthers, and they beat us, and they're in the playoff hunt. We didn't show you the guys that was player of the week last week, so we show you this week. Butler, from week 13, there was none of our guys, but week 14, we're there, right? Now, again, the Panthers in the playoff hunt. Cole Kmet has an upgrade for himself, right? We lost to them, but that's not a big issue because, again, we're still number one in the NFC, and we got a gang of wins, right? Right? We trying to make it to the playoffs. Playoffs. I'm talking to you about playoffs. We've done more than one a game, and check this out. Justin has a skill point after training. You know I've been moving him to punter this whole time, and I'm debating, like, should I put it towards something else? And I do. Improviser. But that maxes out his scrambling abilities. Ladies and gentlemen, our starting quarterback is a 99 overall. So in the event that we need to change our roster in some sort of a way, we can build it around him. This roster, honestly, is basically built around Montgomery in real life. We got Justin maxed out. We can focus on him, or we can keep both, which I'm planning on trying to keep both of them, right? Because I don't really want to get rid of my running back. I want to pay my running back, right? Now you see Justin maxed out. I was talking about him, right? I'm mentioning him because I just want to show you again, this guy is a dog, right? I'm looking to see, like, does he have, I don't know, right? I don't know. Anything that I can out. I'm looking at how good he is. He's the best player on the team, and he's the best player in the league, as well as the best. He's better than Mahomes. Better than Mahomes. Yeah, crazy, right? Now our rematch against the Lions, divisional rival, right? We want to test Isaiah Simmons. He's technically a linebacker, but he has fantastic speed. Played for the Cardinals. Now he's on the Lions, right? Franchise simulation after training, right? Guys are going to get upgrades. We lose to the Lions in our rematch. And they are, I believe, they were a playoff team, right? Yes, they are. The Packers were in there first. The Lions were first. Then the Packers took over. Now the Lions are mathematically back in it after beating the number one seed in the NFC. I mean, I guess you could say we gave it to them, right? Taking on the Broncos. Thomas Brady has not retired in the 2024 season in this universe. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. And I'm hoping that he stays. Can we keep him in the league till he's 50? I know that's crazy, right? And I'm like, we gonna test Patrick Surtain? No. We being bold. We need to calm down. We just gonna run the ball, blitz counter, right? Justin, I told you I'm gonna keep moving him to punter. I want this man to have 99 everything. Okay? 99 everything on his archetypes. I'm debating. I'm like, where should I put this at? Strong arm. Because I saw that every other attribute or archetype involves strong arm quarterbacking, and the deep accuracy is affected by all three. And we get all three boosted by giving him strong arm, right? Fantastic. Those were the upgrades. We beat the Broncos. Bronco country. Let's ride. Because they still got Russell backing up Tom Brady. But they were not a playoff team, which is crazy. But I get it. Like, he threw us a pick. Right? Maybe he's lost a step, right? Okay? Now I'm showing you Skyler, right? Just to show you that I can go anywhere and it don't matter where I edit him. And then I also want to edit his number, right? Number 14, I wear that jersey. I'm going to need you to come up out. I like to retire 14 and all that with all the other retired numbers, if you will. And if I see some retired numbers, I'll take them off. I don't always notice, but when I do, I'll show you, right? Taking on the Vikings, right? We focused on Kirko Chains, right? And we lose 37-29, but it does not matter, ladies and gentlemen. It does not matter that we lost. Justin had a fantastic game last week. He's player of the week, okay? But again, it does not matter. We are still the number one seed in the NFC. We will have a first round bye here in the wild card round. Justin, another upgrade, right? it's going to go to strong arm, right? Because that's affecting all of his archetypes at once. Okay? This guy is about to have a cannon. Look at that. He about to have a cannon. He about to be that dude as a quarterback. Season stats, ladies and gentlemen. Justin, 4,000 yards, 35 touchdowns, 10 picks. These numbers are good. They're really good. Are they great? He didn't play the entire season as a 99 overall quarterback. So let's keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, right? Joe Burrow, number 1 seeded AFC Bengals quarterback, most yards passing, right? All the usual suspects, Kirko, right? Trevor, Deshaun, Big Rodgers, Tom Brady, still getting it done, right? All the usual suspects. We're trying to get to Justin, and there he is, right? All the usual suspects. He's not the best, and this is a shame. Marcus Mariota, after playing fantastic a season ago, is not only relegated to the bench, but doesn't have not a statistic to speak of. He threw for more touchdowns than Patrick Mahomes did this year, last year, and the man is riding the pine. I will not get over it. I keep mentioning it, right? Because it's crazy. And then we let all the picks that's being thrown by these quarterbacks, right? Look at that. There was two or three guys that threw 20, 19 picks, right? Brady throwing almost 15 picks, right? Where's Justin? He's the only man that threw 10, right? David Montgomery, 1,600, almost over 1,500, 18 touchdowns. Big David, this team should and kind of is built around this guy. I was trying to move towards a quarterback orient. I'm trying to get that Kansas City Chiefs connection, right? But I gotta respect it. Pay your running back. Look at my running back, second in attempts for all backs. David Montgomery, first in rushing yards for all run. The man absolutely balled out. It was crazy. Okay? Touchdowns. Who has the most? We're going to see Josh Jacobs. Look, David Montgomery. Second most run. And I was complaining last year that he didn't do well enough. Those upgrades, right? That offensive line getting better chemistry, better cohesion. A quarterback who is a threat to pass, right? David had the most yards average per game. Now he was in the top. He was one of the top guys that had a lot of fumbles. Hang on to my football, PD, because he had 3, but it's okay, right? Jacobs the most broken tackles. Najee Harris, David Montgomery is third in the conversation with the elite running backs in this league, ladies and gentlemen. Yards after contact, Montgomery second. This guy is the bee's knees. He's the truth, ladies and gentlemen. He is so real. India Ari, Darnell Mooney, our receiving core. He had 1,000 yards receiving. Cole Kmet with 800. I'm loving it, right? Mooney had 12 touchdowns. Kmet is at 8, right? Claypool doing what a second string receiver is supposed to do. Equanimous St. Brown in the slot. David Montgomery, 500 yards received. The man had over 2,000 yards all purpose, ladies and gentlemen. We ain't seen that in Chicago since Gale Sayers. How can I move on from David Montgomery when he is basically outshining a quarterback that did not, and it's not like he was really outshining him, right? Because David Montgomery was a high overall throughout the entire season, right? Cooper Kupp, the most catches, right? But yeah, David Montgomery is the higher overall player throughout a majority of the season, right? Mooney, right there. Looks like top 10, top 15, right? So Montgomery was mostly the offense. Kupp with 2,000 yards receiving, the most and the only one to do it. But Mooney is in the top, 10, 15? I'm looking at it as much as you. I'm looking at it for the first, or I'm getting it as you get it. Cooper Kupp, he had the Cooper Kupp year. Catches, yards, touchdowns. Kupp, Posum, up. I'm sorry, that was crazy. Mooney, he was tied for 12. He was tied for like third or fourth, right? Our linemen, show the linemen some love. Bunch of rookies that were not good. 27 sacks given up by my left tackle. That's a lot. No, it's not a lot, right? Let's check the NFL numbers. Oh my goodness. The most. The most. This is what happens when you don't go out and get good linemen. But it's okay because we still had a great season. So does it really matter? I think it does, right? But yeah, our linemen were giving up the most sacks. Defense, Dylan Butler. I told you he was angry. He wasn't angry. He wasn't pissed. He was just gonna show you, right, that he is probably the better linebacker on this team. And I'm not trying to put these two at odds, right? Kerry Hall with the most assisted tackles on the team, right? I'm not trying to put these two at odds. I need them to be freaking frack. I need them to be the Bash Bros, right? Conseco and Giambi, right? In Chicago, not Oakland. You know, not right, or Giambi before. Didn't Giambi play for the Cubs before he got to Chicago, right? And I mean, they do look kind of jacked. Both of those linemen, them arms are just sticking out. I mean, every time they get on the field, it's a gun show. And I mean, you know, they don't holster those weapons, right? They keep them locked and loaded, and they got fear in everybody's hearts. Now, Keenan has 54 sacks, so does Butler, but Butler has 4 picks. And you know me, right? You get a bunch of sacks with me. With that being said, you typically are going to see me win MVP of the year, which is why I decided let's get a bunch of rookies that are not really that good. Let's build this team. Let's take a team full of guys who went to the same school, my favorite school, put them on the hometown team. And let's use our abilities to win because we're supposed to win. You getting sacks like how I'm getting, you getting pressure off the edge like how I'm getting. Guys can't even get the ball off. We're supposed to win. Okay? I play some guys, I play users sometimes. There are holes in my defense, typically the ones where I leave in the flat and in the out route. But that's if you get the time. And most users, they take the time out to keep their running back into block. So I might start possibly editing the halfbacks, right? Not like the ones that are on the teams, but that come in, the rookies, to be blockers, pass blockers, so that they be willing to stay in and protect. That might not mean nothing because both my linebackers, I'm hoping to have some X factors, right? Dylan Butler leads the league in tackles, right? I'm trying to get these guys X factors so that they can just bully through these running backs. And then we start having to force teams to bring back the fullback position or just say, forget it. We're going to put a tight end back there, right? Right? Because my thing is this. I love the way that the Bears are, and I really wanted to improve and work on and keep this core, that young core intact. But I realized that the reason why the running back position is in dire straits right now in this league, ladies and gentlemen, is because of the Chiefs. Okay? They are getting it done with literally 3 superstars. The D tackle, Chris Jones, 90 plus overall. Travis Kelce, 90 plus overall. Patrick Mahomes, say more, right? The point I'm making is you don't really need a running back, right? Or do you? It feels like you don't. You can put speed there like Kansas City does. Put speed at wide receiver, which is why they didn't want to re-sign Tyreek Hill. Because it's like, dude, we get it. You're good. You don't have that many catches, so you get chunk plays. You're a deep threat, but you are a second option with all that speed on the edge. This is why they got McCole Hardman, 80. And I'm thinking like, we could do that, right? 80 plus overall receivers with speed on the outside. I'm not thinking speed at running, but I'm thinking size. So that when we do want to run, we got 3 backs that are 240, 250. Just bulldoze, right? We're not looking to try to have no big play. We just want to bulldoze you, right? Kickers, showing kickers some love on the channel, right? Our kicker made the most field goals, right? Got the hidden dev trade, drafted him in the first round, and he is justifying that decision now. Now, he wasn't 100%, but he's still top 5. As well as also kicking the most field goals. We couldn't score like that. So it's like when Brady had Vinatieri, right? Couldn't get the score every time. Don't worry, we're gonna send your boy, the golden toe, out there. He's going to handle that for you. Our offense is high power. Our defense is high power, right? We are an all-around, well-oiled machine, ladies and gentlemen, right? Chin, top 5 in field goals made from 29 and out, right? Chin from 39 and out, number 1. The best, because we were going up against some decent defense, plus we were passing the ball a lot, right? Chin, most from 49 yards out, right? I knew it. Right? We were going up against some stiff defenses, passing the ball a ton, trying to get Justin more yards, trying to put him on par with those great quarterbacks, and it doesn't always work out. We really did need to try and start running the ball, but when we did run after constantly passing, it yielded great results. Hopkins, our punter, he had the most punts. Now, maybe that's just because we're playing these 15-minute quarter games and I'm not showing you everything, but I like to think it's because he's great, because we just couldn't score all the time like that. Most punt yards, most net yards. Big Skyler, right? Skying those punts. A punter named Skyler. That's how you know you in trouble, right? Most punts inside the 20. Now, I do believe he had the most, he was second in touchbacks. But still, and he had a 71-yard punt. You're booting that thing 40 plus yards, you are elite. If you can do 60, that's crazy. Velus Jones, we're showing kick returners love. Now, Velus Jones, I know that he's supposed to be more of a speedster or whatever. He's doing decent in real life, but I'm not asking him, right, to be no real threat back there. Even though you do want your kick returner, especially if he's a receiver, to be trying to contribute at least 500, close to 1,000 yards, right? And then maybe get himself a decent receiving year, right? Velus Jones only had 100 yards receiving, right? But if we can get him more, and I'm trying to figure out, like, why don't we get him? We need to be getting him more involved, ladies and gentlemen. He's young, but he's 25, 26 now. But he needs to be like the third string receiver. I'm looking to Equanimeous St. Brown, but we need to put Velus Jones as the third string receiver. Now, again, I was trying to make him more the special teams guy, right? But we was always fair catching for punts. And yeah, he's probably accustomed to doing the same thing on kick return. So I'm not gonna vilify. I'm not gonna get mad at him. Just secure possessions for me, sir. Get the ball back. We're getting ready to take on the 8-9 49ers. The NFC West division leaders. They are 8-9. Right? That is atrocious. The only team out of that division. Crazy. Those are your teams there. The Bengals advance. The Raiders advance, right? We played the Raiders. They beat us, right? Want to talk to the media, the vultures. Now, I'm not going to be gouty with it. I'm going to play it cool. Or Matt Eberflus going to play it cool, right? We're not going to sit here and guarantee no win. No risk, no reward. We're gonna game plan against their young quarterback, right? No, we're gonna focus on their running back, right? San Francisco is much like the Giants, right? Running back is that dude. Quarterback is young and needs to prove himself or improve himself. We're gonna throw the ball, right? And after training, right? I was about to say training camp, but I'm about to literally tell you right now, who needs training camp? Seriously. I was watching reviews for Madden 24. Just dropped. I'm trying to figure it out. Looks like the same game. Okay? Trust me, I have nothing against the new game, the new title, but like, Who needs training camp? AI, who needs practice, right? You got XP. Put some mentors on your team. It increases the XP of the guys that are starting, especially if they're young. Defensive coordinator, I'm gonna upgrade you, right? But at the same time, I'm already knowing if we're gonna get enough skill points to your staff points to get all y'all to be maxed out on these talent trees. We got a ton right now. Look at it. We got enough to max out all of his trench plate talent tree attributes or staff points, what have you, whatever. You know what I'm saying, right? Look at this. This guy is great. But now my question is, are we going to keep him? Our offensive core, he is already maxed out. And we should have possibly been putting this stuff towards player personnel. But then again, it's like, why? We're never, ever, ever going to have to fight in free agency. I don't do free agency, right? Teams that build in free agency are teams that cannot or do not build in the draft. So I just avoid free agency and look to build a core in the draft, okay? Okay. 1st and 10 in snowy Chicago. The Niners, 8-9, taking on the Bears. The Bears, #1 seed in the NFC. Purdy gets sacked. Ball at the 18. They go with the quarterback keeper, RPO. Loss of 2. 3rd down and long. Quarterback Purdy. That play, not so much. Very next offensive sequence after the Bears score a touchdown. 3rd and 4. Niners. Loss of 7. Sack. The Bears on offense. Cole Kmet. Then David Montgomery. Pass drop. Cole. I get it. It's cold. That rock is just as a rock. It's frozen solid. Chase. 14-yard catch. Chase. 9-yard catch. Saying, guard me. Guard me. Don't worry about Mooney. Guard me. And then Montgomery. 17 yards. Montgomery on the catch. 9 yards on the run. Chase Claypool. That's a touchdown. 14-0 when you tack on the PAT. 1st and 10 for San Francisco. To the left side finds Deebo Samuel, the anointed one. For God's kick, 3rd and 12. Following offensive sequence after they move the chains and they cannot move the ball much further than that. 3rd and 20 on the ensuing offensive drive after the Bears punt and pin them deep at the 10. Purdy hit that snow. Very next offensive sequence for the Niners. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line. Purdy in the gun drops back. The pressure is unable to get to him and he finds Ayuk across the middle at the 47-yard line, 48. But a loss of 1 on 2nd down results in 3rd and 11. Purdy from the gun tries to throw. It's almost caught by George Kittle. But again, that rock is frozen solid. He got soft hands, but they might be too soft. 25-yard catch for Darnell Mooney. Right, like how they do Moose in Pittsburgh, gonna do Mooney in Chicago, okay? 2nd and goal. That's a touchdown. 21-0, ladies and gentlemen. 3rd and 9. Niners, last chance. Please, make it happen. No. Get off the field. Purdy, quarterback. That play, I'm gonna stop being nice, was ugly. Just like their record. And they will lose 25-39. They made it to the playoffs bare. We had an 89 record and couldn't make it out the NFC North. They make it through the playoffs barely and they hit a wall, and that wall is called the Chicago Bears. Fields had a great game, right? David Montgomery, he had a touchdown. 94 yards rushing on 18 carries. Chase, 10 catches, 87 yards. Cole Kmet with 100 yards. David Montgomery getting involved in the pass game. Darnell Mooney only had 1 catch that we saw. But it's okay. I know he's been having situations where he hasn't had great games, but he still was the leading receiver on the team. So they're probably highlighting him, doubling him or something, treating him like he's a top-notch. And he is. So they should be treating him like that. And that's what I wanted from him, right? I wanted to develop my guy Darnell Mooney into that dude as a receiver. Now, he's not a 99, but a 90 overall when you only really need an 80 with a lot of speed at that position, and he's not really the fastest guy, that's very good. That makes up for his lack of speed. And then also he's a deep threat. So he doesn't necessarily need to be considered the fastest guy. His archetype is deep threat. Here are your guys who need to be upgraded. And that's that, ladies and gentlemen. We will talk to the, or not the president, we'll talk to the assistant GM, right? He's impressed. 7 staff points from Matt Eberflus. NFC Conference Championship game, taking on the Panthers. Panthers, the new P-Men, Panthers. Bengals, Raiders in the AFC Conference title game, right? Now, the Panthers did beat us, right? Josh Allen, Frank Clark win Player of the Week in losing efforts. The Panthers did beat us. So we're not going to insult them. We're going to show them some respect because we took that L, but we did not play that game. We simulated, but we're still going to show them some respect, right? They are hot, right? They're a hot team. Kareem Hunt. We're going to test J.C. Horn, right? Upgrades, right? Let me upgrade you. And I will proceed to do so. 3rd and 12 in Chicago. Rocking those new alternate orange unis. We look like U of I. Sack. Matt Morrill. Get his morals together. If you don't have your morals together, then you're immoral. And if you choose to be moral when you live immorally because it's to hurt someone, that's amoral. I don't know what I'm talking about. That's 4th down for the Panthers. Terry Hall doing his thing. 3rd and 18. The Bears have scored 2 touchdowns already. Make it a touchdown and 2 field goals. Carry to the right side where the 3 receiver bunch set is. They're trying to get that wheel route working. Or maybe it was just a flat pass. I don't know. It's nothing going there. 3rd and 22 from the 8-yard line. Morrill in the gun. Is he related to Earl? I don't know. To the right side. Juking. Out of bounds. 4th down. All that trying to make people miss. You should have just lowered your shoulder and tried to bulldoze your way for a 1st down. 3rd and 9. The Bears are up 20-0. We get the sack. And the game is over, ladies and gentlemen. We probably should have insulted these guys because we're not playing with y'all. We want that bowl. That was all we needed, ladies and gentlemen. And we are on our way to a Super Bowl. Last time we got here in 2007 and we fell victim to the Indianapolis Colts and the great Peyton Manning, who is literally the best quarterback of all. Look at Montgomery. 100 yards receiving. And I know I'm a huge Tom Brady fan, but I have to admit that Peyton Manning was like Dan Marino, Diver Dan, right? Was like Fran Tarkenton, even though those guys never won a title. But he was still that upper echelon kind of guy, right? That all around great quarterback, that Patrick Mahomes with no speed, right? Could make all the throws. But Patrick Mahomes is just the greatest of all time, in my opinion. But that's just because of how he was able to win with his organization. He is on his way, ladies and gentlemen. Patrick Mahomes is, right? Upgrades to these guys. These are where our upgrades are going, right? Beat the Panthers. Let's talk to David Montgomery, who had a stellar performance, over 200 yards from scrimmage. Yes, we are on a win streak. Streak snappers, 2,500 XP. I get 2,000, and I should be getting enough for Justin to get an upgrade. Chase gets upgraded, right? Our linemen get upgraded, right? Everybody's getting an upgrade after that win when we broke that streak. It's a beautiful thing, ladies and gentlemen, right? Everybody's getting our line, our backup tight end. Pro Bowl rosters. Andy Dalton, 68 overall, 2nd string Pro Bowl quarterback over Dak Prescott, who has a higher overall. fullbacks. Get your fullbacks involved, ladies and gentlemen. Cooper Kupp, #1 guy in the NFC, and rightfully so. He is hands down the best receiver this year. Had the Cooper Kupp year again. You do that more than once, you are an absolute GOAT at that position, right? Of course, we don't have nobody on the Pro Bowl roster, and I love that about this version of the game. You go to the Super Bowl, you will not be playing in the Token Bowl. I'm sorry, the Pro Bowl, right? These are the best players in the league outside of the guys that are going to the Super Bowl. You on a Super Bowl team, you're and it's true, you are better than a Pro Bowler, right? And you see how they do their rise. They got 4 corners. I believe they have like 6 receivers, but they might have 4, right? Who cares? Butler, your MVP, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we could have got Keenan there, right? Right? Because my plan was, well, let's go with 3 linebackers. Justin's top 10 in the MVP votes. Let's go with 3 linebackers, and one of them could just be like a D lineman edge. But then I was like, no. Because the 2 guys can be like in the middle, right? No. Let's go 2 edge rushers who can cover like those smaller linebackers, and then a straight up D lineman, that Aaron Donald, Chris Jones kind of guy, right? Offensive player of the year. On the NFC side of things, Kupp, Montgomery is right underneath them with almost 2,000 yards. Mooney is in the top 10. Justin is in the top 10. Yo, the Bears, right? Butler, MVP, DPOY. Keenan and Kerry right behind him, right? On the AFC side of things, Josh Allen, the linebacker, not the quarterback, playing DPOY linebacker, right outside linebacker, that elephant guy like what we got, right? AFC Offensive Player of the Year. Was that a rookie? Oh no, Offensive Rookie of the Year. my bad, right? Defensive Rookie of the Year for the NFC. How in the world do we not, or no, Offensive Rookie of the Year for the NFC? Got a guy named Vic, a descendant of the great Vic family. There's the Defensive Rookies of the Year on the NFC side. And of course, all 3 of our top guys are at the top. Sergio, right? We got guys who were not even really that highly overall rated showing up. Talk about scheme over greatness. Now, do you think that those guys, after having the scheme that they were in, should be trying to say, well, I'm one of the best players in the league? No, just accept that you played your role to perfection. Herbert, AFC quarterback, best quarterback of the year. Brady in the top 10, still getting it done at 46. Justin, #2, best quarterback in the league. That is marked improvement, ladies and gentlemen. Marked improvement. I'm loving that we saw that. Montgomery is hands down your best running back in the NFL this season, ladies and gentlemen, at least on the NFC side, but it's got to be all throughout the league. You saw his numbers. We showed you, right? Jacobs, AFC best back. Austin Eckler, right? Did y'all see that hot take that TJ Hushmanzada said about how Austin Eckler and guys like James Conner popping up and taking these jobs and not being the best, but just getting it done? I know it has nothing to do with what's going on. NFC wide receiver of the year, it's gotta be Kupp. Mooney is top 3. Darnell Mooney. He has gotta be said. He's the man. Mooney showing his behind out there on corners. No, not mooning them, getting gone on them for touchdowns. You saw what I did just there? It was inappropriate and I made it football related. Sims, a rookie who was like 50-something overall, is one of the best linemen in the league. Gotta be kidding me, right? Gotta be kidding me, right? But then again, what can you do? What can you say? What can you do? I'm going to go over it again, right? Oh, no, that's the AFC. Let me get myself together. D lineman of the year on the AFC, Von Miller. It's no longer Miller time, right? It was, but now Miller's time is over. NFC, Lineman of the year. What are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, I must have fat fingered it. Keenan and Kel. Welcome to the Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order? I know I said it before, but I changed it, right? I changed it. Best linebacker of the year, Dylan Butler, MVP, defensive player of the year, defensive rookie of the year, best line. The guy outplayed Kerry Hall. And I kind of like this, right? Kerry Hall had the hype coming out of training camp. Dylan Butler wins the awards coming out the season. Now it makes both of them a problem. Because Kerry Hall has this X factor, right? And I'm hoping we done at least made Dylan Butler a superstar. Sergio Rosemont, top 5 corner in the league. Who needs cornerbacks? You don't need to pay no cornerbacks. Just have a fantastic front 7 and they will make everything better for you. Will Chin, our kicker, top 5 on the NFC side of things, ladies and gentlemen. One of the best, but I beg to differ and say he is the best, and you can challenge me on that. He outdid Justin Tucker. Super Bowl, taking on the Bengals, the Bengalis, Eberflus. His response is going to be that it's everything. Not that it's just the beginning, and now I'm trying to figure out what does he mean by not just the beginning, it's just everything. Now, I know that winning the Super Bowl is important, but you gotta want to play and win more. Now, they give Dylan Butler a hidden depth trait. I think that's some tomfoolery, right? Now we gotta play 500 more snaps, which we'll be able to get with him, but I just think that's ridiculous. David Montgomery is now a superstar with superstar abilities. We will give him bulldozer and tank. I want him to be more of that bulldozer type running back. Derek Keenan is now a star. And when we get Butler's stats, his dev trait, right, that X factor for him, Keenan off the edge at corner pretty much every game, right? They want us to blitz counter Hendrickson. No, Justin is a go at quarterback. We're going to test him. And check this out. That's 2 skill points to his 97 overall strong arm. Now it's 98 and every other archetype is maxed out. 1 more skill point. Ladies and gentlemen, Justin Fields is 99 overall archetype. He's a strong arm now, but he's 99 everything. This man is a MUT card in franchise mode. Mooney, upgrade for you. You are now a superstar. We will give you grab and go and deep end elite. D coordinator. We're going to upgrade your talent tree some more. And sir, we're going to do this for you. And we're just going to be impartial about it. Because as far as I'm concerned, y'all are good enough to leave. And quite honestly, I can't blame you. You get on this team and you able to get to the Super Bowl with these players, with these overalls. Man, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. We are here in Vegas. And I'm not one to stand on ceremony. But it's the Super Bowl. We have to show the opening kick. You got to, right? 1st and 10 for the Bengals. Joe Burrow. The best AFC quarterback. No, it was Herbert. But he's still great. Get sacked. Opening drive. First play. 2nd and 17. Very next play from the 18-yard line. Joe to the middle of the field. Finds Tyler Boyd. And then he gets out of a traffic jam. How? We had a man right there. The linebacker did not touch him. Nothing. They have flipped the field on us in just 2 plays from the 44 to Mixon. Mixing it up. Stirring it up. Gain of 2. 2nd and 8. Burrow under center. 2 tight ends to the right. 12 personnel. Drops back. We hit him. But he throws it. It is caught. 3rd and 2. Burrow. 1 tight end. 1 running back. 11 personnel under center. drops back, gets hit, and it's a fumble. But it's recovered. And we cannot get it, but it's 4th down. But they decide to go for it. It's the Super Bowl. The Bengals have been here before and have lost. And we supposed to get off the field, but don't. We hit Stickum, but he gets a first down. The Bengals are trying to exercise some demons, if you will, because they have been here before and took that L to another great quarterback in this league. So they are trying to show they are willing to do whatever it takes to get the dub. 2nd and 2 from the 17. We are getting back up defense. They run it. It's stuffed. Mixon, no gain. 3rd and 2. It says from the 16. It should be a loss of 1. Burrow drops back. Lay it down, Burrow. No. He throws incomplete, but they go for it again. No loss at the 16. Burrow under center. Hands it off to the fullback. 1st down. Get your fullback involved, ladies and gentlemen. 12 personnel. 2 tight ends, 1 running back. Burrow hands it off to Chase, his college buddy. And I got a lot of nerve in saying this, but this ain't college. That play might not work. 2nd and 9. 3 receivers to the left. Burrow in the gun, dropping back. Hit as he throws to the left side. It's caught, but it's 3rd and 9. Burrow in the gun. Tight end to the left. Calls an audible. Empties the backfield. 3 receivers to the left side. He's looking to throw. He finds a man as he's hit. But like I said, this ain't college. He caught it, but he only had 1 foot in bounds. They finally say, let's stop gambling and let's get our points. Our offense turns the ball over. They will get it at the 18-yard line. This is crazy. Offense, what is going on? But we got to bail you out. We've been doing it all season long. We get the sack. 2nd and 15. Burrow empties the backfield again. 2 receivers to the left. Throws as he's hit. Finds his running back, Mixon. 1-yard gain. 3rd and 9. At the 17. They are in field goal range. And we got to try to get a turnover in order to prevent them from getting any points. They give me the cheesiest sack animation. But it's okay. I have to calm down. It's the Super Bowl. Okay? They get the field goal. But it's only a 6-point lead. But then the offense turns the ball over again. Bengals from the 40-yard line. 1st and 10. We get blocked off the edge. The D tackle who gets free is unable to get to him before he finds a man for a 1st down. Move those chains at the 28. We finally get back there for a sack. We've been hitting him, but he has been getting rid of the ball and he has been using his running back to avoid getting hit. 2nd and 14. Fakes to the receiver. Hands it to Mixon. Positive gain of 11. 3rd and 3 from the 21-yard line. 13 personnel. Burrow to Mixon. No gain. An injury on the play. One of the tight ends. They don't test us. They will kick their 3. 6-point lead. But they will get it. But I gotta calm down. It's just 9 points. Offense. Gotta wake up. Did not score, but we pinned them deep at the 9-yard line. Handoff. Mixon breaks a tackle. And if that D lineman does not have his speed, that's a touchdown. Touchdown saving tackle by a D tackle. 1st and 10. Very next offensive sequence. Mixon protects his quarterback and he finds a man who gets all the way to the 48-yard line. The shield to the shield connection, right? Because he was like, you guard the shield. You see what I did? 2nd and 9. After a 1-yard gain. Burrow, empty backfield. He's going to throw it. Don't care if he gets sacked. Misses him. Finds a man to the left side. 1st down, Bengalis. Next sequence. From the 33-yard line. We are getting back up. Joey B is hot. He heads it off to Mixon. Loss of 2. Joey B is hot. 2nd and 12 now from 34 under center. Is he going to run it? Toss play to the right. Mixon hurdles a man but gets hit mid-air. Now look at this. 3rd and long. The big side of the field, we do not back the safeties up. We pinch the line. The DBs fall down. And I have played too much face of the franchise corner to know that that is an automatic touchdown every time. And oh my goodness, we are down 16 to not a darn thing. They drive the entire length of the field on us, and the offense cannot score. Burrow is hot. Joe Burrow. Joe Bayou Burrow. Joe Bayou from Ohio Burrow decides to hand it off to his running back. And look at the coach clapping it up. I don't like that. Now we're trying to bring our corners off the edge. We just don't know what to do, ladies and gentlemen. Joey B, hot, tries to throw it deep off his back foot. It should have been picked, but Boyd barely caught that, but it goes out of his hands. 3rd and 2, Joey B is in fuego. He looking like back at LSU. I know this ain't college. We sit in the corner. We don't get him, but he throws us a pick. And he's gone. And that is a play we needed. We get the stop, we get the turnover, and we get the score all in one play. Huge momentum swing. The defense stands up. Fantastic. Very next offensive sequence after the pick 6, sack. 2nd and 15. Joey B, no longer in fuego. We done cooled him off some. He was fire, and Kerry Hall was water. 2nd and 15, Joey throws, incomplete pass. We blitz with the corner bracket. We're moving this safety over. We have learned our lesson. We cannot leave him wide. We cannot leave his wide open man. Nobody, much less his number 1 receiver. Joe throws it. It is caught after bouncing, deflecting on a lineman, but it's still 4th down. Offense finally wakes up. And now we have a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Joe to Mixon. And it's a gain of 8. Can we stop the run? Make them one-dimensional? It's like, no, we can't. 2nd and 2. Next play from the 34-yard line. Burrow under center. He gets hit as he throws. He does not want to take too many sacks. Now look at the coach. He was clapping, but now you pace it. Make him sweat, defense. Make him sweat. 3 receivers bunch set to the left side. Joe Burrow hikes it, throws to the left side. Wide open Jamar Chase. We hit stick him, but he is able to still hold on to the ball and get the first. We move the safety out and we're blitzing the corner. Mixon, just grown men stiff arms our DB, but it's still a loss of 1. 2nd down and 11 from the 44-yard line. Can we get one more big play or a stop of some sort? Butler had him, but Kerry Hall's like, let me get the assist. And Butler's like, what are you doing? We would have stopped you for no gain. He falls forward. 3rd and 4. They motioned the tight end in an audible. Or was it just a motion? I don't know. They throw it. Almost picked, but almost caught. And now they have a guy injured. 4th and 4, and I'm showing a punt. Because this is huge. We were able to stop them. And now we might be able to make this comeback. And we proceed to drive the field in the waning seconds of the 2nd quarter and take the lead. After letting up 16 unanswered points, we finally start getting a break and we go 17-0. We go 17 unanswered. Then we get another break here. Holding. Lyle Collins, stop cheating. Bengals, with 11 seconds left, will not knee. They will hand it to Mixon. He thinks he can break one, but we stop him. That will do it for the first half. We are up by 1. We get the ball back in the second half and we score. Field goal, 4-point game. A little bit of breathing room. But we can't let up now, D. 1st and 10. Joe drops back, gets sacked. 2nd and 16 from the 19-yard line. Very next play, Joe calls an audible. 2 tight ends to the right. We shift the D-line in that direction. They don't run it. They pass it to the left side. Jamar Chase, gain of 5. But it's still 3rd down now, ladies and gentlemen. From the 24, Joey looking. Calls an audible. Joey B hikes it. He throws, but he's hit as he throws. 4th down. Offense, field goal. Now we have some breathing room. 23-16 in the 3rd quarter. Less than 5 minutes to go from the 25. Joe Burrow. Get sacked, Joe. Get sacked. 2nd and 10 from under center. He calls an audible. It looked like it was going to be a run play, but Joe got his mind made up. He's going to try to test us. He empties the backfield. He probably wants to find Mixon, right? He tries to throw to the right side. He finds his tight end who gets blown up. 3rd down and 4 from the 31-yard line. Audible call. Defense. Can we get off the field? Can we get a turnover? Something. We missed the sack. Joe Mixon breaks a tackle, falls forward after getting the yardage necessary for the first. From the 45, Bengals, 1st down, a minute off the clock. Mixon just stiff-armed one of my linebackers. Oh my goodness. Mixon motions to the left in the audible. We will back the DBs up now because we know we shouldn't be letting them just stand there when they do that. Sack on the play. 3rd and 12. We back them up again. Chase has the entire big side of the left side of the field. Joe sees it. He calls an audible. Bunch set. Looking for that wheel route. Don't get it. However, right, if you pay close attention, right, look at the corner. He had the streak. The corner stopped short. And I know a lot of people complain about these sort of enemies, but you have to understand why he did this. He's moving back towards the line because he knows that Joe was going to get hit as he throws. He's hoping to be in perfect position for a pick. So that's not a bad situation yet. Offense puts points on the board. A touchdown. 2-possession game in the 4th quarter, ladies and gentlemen. We have made the comeback. The comeback is real. Joe to the right side. Caught. 9-yard gain. Very next play from the 36. Joe in the gun. Tries to find his wide receiver, T. Higgins. It is caught. We were not in perfect position. We were in decent position, but he breaks the tackle after getting the catch. All in one motion. Joe hands it off to Joe. The Joe and Joe show in the backfield. Gain of 1. Bears defense, number 1 in the league. Only 1 takeaway today. 2nd and 8. Joe gets protection, but he is not on the money. Uncharacteristic on that play. Probably because the linebacker that I was sitting has that X factor and was going to touch him or hit him. That pressure was too much. We put him down, and the offense scores again. 21-point lead in the Super Bowl after not scoring and allowing 16 points. What a turnaround, ladies and gentlemen. I thought for a second we might have not played up to our strength. We were just not executing. I was kind of blaming myself for building this team. And I was like, no, we just not executing, right? We were just not executing. And now we're executing. I'm telling the defense, execute, execute, execute. The linebackers are yelling, kill. 3rd and 15 from the 21. Last chance for the Bengalis to keep the drive alive. And they do. We don't get off the field when we're supposed to. Very next play from the 45. Hit as he throws. That's a pick. And Ladies and gentlemen, Boyd pushing, he hating because he knows what's up. We won. We won the Super Bowl. We were down, but we came back. Look at us. So happy. A team full of rookies, starters, a team full of veterans, mentors, backups, well past their prime, just here to help these young guys fill in when it's necessary. Roles are clear and concise. Coaches, hold your heads up. It's okay. Y'all made it here before. You will be back again as you have just now. Justin, 333 yards. One pick. Was it two? I can't see that well. Something is wrong with me. I'm sorry. 25 carries for David Montgomery and 95 yards. Montgomery with 60-something yards, right? Right? Mooney had a fantastic game, right? I told you those bad performances are not very characteristic or consistent for him. He will break, he will bounce back. He always does. Defense, right? Sack totals, always ridiculous for us, right? We had 2 picks. One from a linebacker, one from a DB, one taken to the crib for a pick 6, and that was the turning point, ladies and gentlemen. That was the turning point. If we don't get that pick 6, I don't know how differently this game plays out. Seriously, I don't know if we win if we can't get that pick 6. That pick 6 was so huge, and by our X factor nonetheless. Kerry Hall. What a game. What a season. What a franchise. What a team. What a coaching staff. All up and down from top to bottom. This team is fantastic. We all came in with low overalls. We maxed out our quarterback. We have a veteran backup mentoring him. Guys that came in at 50-something overalls are now closing in on 70s with morale boosts. We have a fullback. Our receiving core is very good, solid at best. But when you factor in a number 1 and a number 2 like Mooney and Claypool, you can't go wrong. Our backup tight end is starting to show just a little bit of prowess. Our starter is great. Our offensive line closing in on 70s after coming in as 50s. Our backups, we know they're not that good. But again, I will continue to reiterate to you, clear and concise roles. We don't want no 30-something-year-old dudes coming in hoping or looking like they can take these young guys' jobs. We want it to be clear by the overall ratings. Look, you're the best player at this position on the team. These other guys are just here to mentor you, right? Got a superstar X factor for one of our linebackers, right? Our inside linebackers are now getting better. We're seeing it. You're seeing it right before your eyes, ladies and gentlemen. Guys are closing in on 70s after coming in so low. Scheme over greatness. And I need to stay true to that concept by understanding that at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, we might need to be like Kansas City and have just 3 guys. Because what are we paying some of these great players? Are they making enough money? Seriously, are they making enough money? Are we paying our guys enough money? Right? Justin and Kerry, players of the game for us. Retirements. Moving right along to the offseason, right after the Super Bowl. Right? Aaron Rodgers retires. Some of our backups retire. And that was what I was interested in. How many of those guys are going to call it a career after winning some Super Bowl gold? To get guys who were just veteran jobber type guys in this league, some Super Bowl, some championship gold, right? Behind a young core and a bunch of other young guys. That's gotta be one of the greatest feelings ever. Now, our offensive and defensive coordinators, they left. So we had to hire new guys, right? And these guys fit what we're trying to do here with this franchise. Now we got some staff points. We're not gonna upgrade these offensive and defensive coordinators. We're going to put it towards player personnel tree. What we should have been doing this entire time, ladies and gentlemen, It should have been going towards player personnel tree. Because we know if we upgrade these coaches and we get good wins with them, they're going to want to take off. So we got to start working on us first. Head coach, player personnel first. And if these guys want to stick around, then we'll help them out. But these are what we're keeping for the long run. Free agency. Recap. We sign nobody, right? Y'all know how I do. I don't do free agency. It's a fire sale. It's a witch hunt. It's a everything must go. Look at Jalen Hurts, wants $43 million. And that makes me start rethinking. That's why I keep rethinking, like, man, some of the best quarterbacks in the league and best players at their position, they make good money. They make the right amount of money. Like, I am. That's not am I am underpaying some of my guys. Now my rookies, I'm cool with just paying them 15 mil on some. I'm cool with that. They're rookies, right? But and I guess Justin, he's still young, so we kind of can't really hold ourselves to that candle. But he's going into his third season. Eventually, by year 4, really now, because he's proven he's that guy, right? He won a Super Bowl. And he's the best quarterback in the league, better than Mahomes. So again, we have to pay him. Jedrick Wills Jr. What up, family? What? He's gone now. Logan Cooks, right? But yes, we have to pay our guy. I'm thinking, you know what? We're going to have to give out some raises. And we're going to have to make some sacrifices, some pay cuts. Right, I was looking at those two guys because they look like they both went to Bama at the same time, and it looks like they did. It looks like they did. One of them could have been like it looks like they did, right? It looks like they did, right? But yeah, man, look at how many guys are not trying to sign with teams because they feel like they need more money. And I'm thinking to myself, honestly, right? I get it. It's a game. We can stick to the way that we're doing it, but the reality of it is, shouldn't we make sure they get paid if we improve them the way that we did? Right? Look at Tom Brady. Still getting it done. He didn't drop to a 77 overall. Russell Wilson is still their backup, and they have a young quarterback who his reps are being stolen by these two veterans, still trying to show that they can get it done. Tom Brady is 47, still in this game. 47, ladies and gentlemen. Trade target, veteran quarterback, franchise, but still got that tag. I expected to say mentor at some point. We will simulate the draft. I told you, I don't want no rookies on my team. Veteran backups, guys who are 30 plus overall with the mentor tag to replace the guys who have retired on our roster. Right? Again, clear and concise roles, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I'm looking, right, at our team. I'm looking at what we got going on, right? We fixed some guys' contracts so that it could say 7 years because we don't want to, have to redo. Because remember, what I do is I do fixed rates. All you got to do is get a fixed rate contract for your player. As you can see, right? Look at them. They all get this fixed rate. It's not a backloaded contract. Everybody says they get backloaded. The way you get a fixed contract, fixed rate, you put the money towards signing bonus, right? The cap hit will be realistic. If you do it towards total salary when you're editing it, the cap hit is not going to say what it's supposed to say. You can do the calculations on a calculator, like you do 7 years for like 140 million. It's like what's that like? Dang it, I can't do the math in my head. You do 100 million for 7 years, right? Or my lord, what is wrong with me? Basically, it's not gonna. You get what I'm saying, right? I can't do the math, right? 20. My gosh, right? You want to pay somebody $20 million a year? You put 140 mil at the total salary. It's not going to show that at the bottom. Backloaded contracts. You put it at the salary, a signing bonus. It'll be there. Now I'm looking at our cap space. I'm learning about this rollover cap, which was 22 mil from last year, which will also hit our regular adjusted cap, right? That's our adjusted cap. And we got the rookie reserve, which is not we still got because we ain't signed no rookies, right? So I'm thinking there is like 50 million cap that we could play with. We won't actually go into the negative. But then I started thinking about that first season when I just put everybody on a 1-year deal, when I should have just depleted the signing bonus so that if I wanted, and just released everybody, so that if I want to release you, I can just release you right then and there. But I'm looking at this and it says 32.4 mil there, right? And I'm trying to get these calculations right, with this rollover and what the cap says now. And then it also, the cap goes up, right? Every single year, the salary cap goes up. It gets up to like 303 mil. Now it says here in the re-sign menu, that was the team salary. In the re-sign menu, it says 20 million. So there's like a discrepancy, right, of $12 million in cap. And maybe it just is not that big of a deal. But I'm like, do I go off of the 32 or the 20? And in my mind, I think it's okay to go off of the 32. So we're going to do that. We're going to go off the 32. Justin, right? We really should be paying this man a ton more. We will try to get him to 100. Right here, you see what I'm doing? 100 million in a signing bonus. And it should say $20 million a year. Now, technically, 100 million would be over 5 seasons. This is what, and doing it like this gives you a 6th and 7th year team option. Okay, so you see at the bottom, it says 20 million. I'm going to do this for Montgomery. I'm going to pay him too. Montgomery and Justin on the same pay scale. I don't know if that's true or that's fair, because Montgomery's impact throughout the last season was much bigger. But we're basing this off of an overall ratings. Now, Mooney, who was a great receiver, right? This is where all that stuff I was saying about having 80 overall speedsters comes back into play. But then I start to realize, if you look at the Bears roster as it was on this game default and now, that is what they're going for. A good running back who's just a little bit older than their young quarterback, who they're not putting all the pressure on the world in order to make better, make their team better, right? A good running back honestly cancels out the necessity for a good quarterback and a good tight end. Think about it. You have a good running back, right? You can run the ball, force defenses to react to that. Look at the Giants, the success they had. It wasn't championship success, which is why everybody is trying to get like Kansas City. But the sad part about it is Kansas City is only successful because they know how to make good use of that personnel. Speed on the outside. If one of these receivers starts getting too big for their britches, we ship them off. Let him go test free agency and make his money, right? And it starts to become like, dang, if I'm a good player in my position and I'm not a tight end or a linebacker or, a quarterback, then I'm a lineman, I'm a receiver, right? I'm a DB. And you wonder why you see these 80 plus overall guys getting it done, playing well. Because when Rosemont hit top 3 as a corner and he was not even an 80, like what is up with that? But this is why the speed rating is at the top of the list for every player's attribute ratings, because it's so important. It's so, in all the older games, speed and strength were the top 2. Meaning if you have speed and strength, you can possibly be better than everybody. All of your animations are dictated by it. It holds such great weight and value for your player to have speed and strength. Then you factor in size and agility and acceleration and awareness. The top 5 things. The first thing you get is his bio, his height and his weight, speed, strength, agility, acceleration, awareness. You max that out for a player, his skills may be depleted, but he may literally be one of the best players, right? It's crazy, but that's just how important that is, y'all. So it's a lot of things that I need to digest. You do too, because I was saying a lot of stuff. I might not have made my point, right? But the point I'm making in the gist is, we may need to retool. That's why I was saying Eberflus is not sure if he's gonna come back. Right? We need to readjust. We need to rethink some things. It's just that simple, y'all. Okay? But anyways, I'm gonna get up out of here. We won the Super Bowl. Jacksonville in the preseason. Get at me and function.